Okay, so just to be clear, the Thing is the new support character, right? Well, Marvel Rivals has been out for over a month and it is showing no signs of slowing down. And these are just the PC numbers. Xbox and PlayStation probably have way more. Heck, if they get this game onto the Switch 2 when it releases later this year, Marvel Rivals is going to be swimming in players. But we're not here to talk about player numbers today. We're here to talk about the official updates coming in Season 1, which are including things like the Fantastic Four, when this stuff will be releasing, what's going on with the Battle Pass, and what we can expect from the game in terms of maps, modes, and so much more. We will, of course, have a full Season 1 deep dive when it releases later this weekend, so make sure to sub to the channel to get notified. Let's not waste any more time and get straight into all of the info dropped for us today. Alright, so for starters, yes, this is going to be Season 1. What have we been playing for the last month? We've been playing Season 0. And with that, some changes are coming, not just simply to the game and its content, but also how things will be working monetarily, so let's get some of the basics out of the way first. Season 1 will be named Eternal Night Falls, and along with it, we'll be bringing the following. 4 new characters in the form of the Fantastic Four. We'll get into more details on them in just a second and how they're going to be released. 3 brand new maps, balance changes, new game modes, and more features like streamer modes and rank changes. Now, the official Marvel Rivals YouTube page was nice enough to give us a breakdown of this stuff, so let's go ahead and go into all the details that we know so far. This season is going to be 3 months long, like any typical normal season you would see from a live service game. However, for this game, they're going to be breaking that into half, which means certain content will be released later this weekend, while others will be released in about 6 weeks, give or take. So, what is going to be releasing right at the start of the season this upcoming Friday? Well, let's get into those. First off is going to be 2 of the 4 new characters, Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. Mr. Fantastic, who we actually do have a preview of gameplay for you right here, will be your typical DPS character complete with basic punches that stretch out to hit your opponents, a double grab that will work with 2 enemies that you can actually slam into each other, a projectile rebound-like attack that will reflect even ultimate attacks. Basically think Luffy from One Piece and his Gomu Gomu no Fusen. And a Hulk-like mode that seems to make Mr. Fantastic tankier on the battlefield. Not really sure if this makes him slower or what other changes are going to be happening, but regardless, it's a cool little ability. His ultimate seems to take advantage of all of this and basically turns him into a bouncy ball for a certain amount of bounces where you can hit the area below you to deal damage to the enemies that might be trying to hurt your allies. According to the info video, Invisible Woman is going to be a support character who will use her mastery over energy and force fields to create things like shields and heal her allies. As of this moment, we don't have any actual gameplay of her, but who knows, by the time we're editing this video, you might actually see a little bit of that B-roll up on screen. If you're not though, keep an eye on the official YouTube page and you should see something maybe in the next 24 hours or so. Like we mentioned above, there's going to be 3 new maps. These 3 maps will be taking place in the Eternal Night City, including the Sanctum, Midtown, and Central Park. A new game mode is also being added called Doom Match, which happens to take place in the Sanctum map, aka the place where Doctor Strange lives. Now, I could be wrong on this, but this mode seems to be more like the Conquest maps, aka Team Deathmatch. So it seems we'll be getting about 2 maps for our quick play matches, while the Sanctum is going to be for the new arcade mode, Doom Match. According to the developers, this mode will have 8 to 12 players, and the top 50% will claim victory. Sounds very similar to basic Team Deathmatch, but we'll have to wait and see. This map seems to also have different portals that you can use to move around the map at pretty fast speeds, so we'll have to see how the balance works or if it's just fun in general. Time is obviously going to tell if people enjoy this type of mode or if they're simply going to ignore it and go back to our normal quick play. Season 1 will also have some story elements to it as well, so if you've been checking out the graphics sections of the game or you're simply interested in what's going on with the story, then this should be something good for you. Now, in terms of the battle passes, there are some changes here that we need to keep in mind. According to the official breakdown, the Season 1 pass will contain double the content that Season 0 had, aka all of the emotes, costumes, etc. Now, the Season 0 pass costs you about $5, so the Season 1 battle pass is going to cost you $990 latest, or basically $10, so it's going to double the price here. If you complete it though, you're going to get 600 credits back that can go towards the next battle pass after that. So while this game's battle pass is not like other ones from, say, the finals, where you can get more than enough credits to then pay for the next battle pass, you'll still get some credits back, which will basically give you a discount towards the next season's battle pass. Also keep in mind that the battle pass does not expire, so if you want to go back into Season 0 and get the stuff unlocked that you didn't get already, then you can go ahead and complete that anytime that you want. One of the big things that they also talked about in the info video was nerfs and buffs to certain characters. And while we don't have exact patch notes just yet, we do know that some characters are getting some adjustments. One thing we don't know, however, though, is if these are going to be your typical seasonal buffs or if these are going to be actual character adjustments. We'll have to wait and see, though. We do know that Hawkeye and Hela are going to be getting some adjustments though, aka nerfs, while Vanguard characters like Venom and Captain America seem to be getting a speed boost to help out their team more. and others like Storm and Wolverine seem to be getting some kind of buff. Again, we don't know the exact details just yet, but we should know by this weekend. One I was definitely surprised to see, however, though, was that Cloak and Dagger are going to be getting a buff. They're already pretty good in my personal opinion. They're definitely my favorite support character to use, but we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen here. They do currently right now have a seasonal buff, so maybe this is to help adjust that, but we'll have to wait and see. Oh, and for those of you wondering, yes, Jeff is getting his ult adjusted, and most likely some other stuff will be changed as well. We'll have to see exactly what happens, though, this upcoming weekend. Some final lists to talk about, though, are the changes to the hero list on their official website, where you can go ahead and look at stats, platforms, and more. They also include some changes to rank, where they talk about the rank resetting for the season. The example they provided was that if you are, say, at Platinum 1, you will then start at Silver 2 for the new season. They're also including a new rank between Grandmaster and Eternity called Celestial. So, while I personally have not really delved into the rank matches this much, if you're a competitive player, this seems to be right up your alley. Oh, and if you're someone who's kept up on all the news and details when it comes to this game, they are aware of the lower frame rates that actually hurt players that are on worse hardware. So to combat this, they are including a new graphics mode that will provide higher frame rates to help competitive players. Oh, and a big one that they are also introducing in terms of the settings is support for mouse acceleration, where we can actually go in and customize this in our settings. Thank God! If you're a PC player, then you know this is a good change because mouse acceleration sucks. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Case closed, no debates. And finally, as a last little note here, they are also adding a streamer mode if you happen to be interested in that type of thing. I'll check it out myself, but I do know there's some people who are definitely looking forward to this. Woo, all right, so there we go. That is everything that we know for the first half of Season 1. This means that characters like The Thing and Human Torch will be released in about 6 weeks, give or take. Again, taking a guess that The Thing is definitely going to be a support player. You know it's true. But with all the info done here, I must say I'm actually pretty impressed. Having access to the Marvel license is probably definitely helping with the amount of characters that they can release. We'll have to see how future seasons handle more characters going forward. Should be interesting. I'm definitely interested in the new characters and how they play. Now all we need to do is to get more players to actually pick healers and Vanguard characters and not simply go for DPS. Only time is going to tell, though. With all that being said, though, I do want to turn it over to you now, though. What are your thoughts on the brand new season incoming? Are you excited? Are you looking forward to trying out the new characters? Let us know all your thoughts down below in the comments. Also, don't forget to sub to the channel and check out our full playlist for everything Marvel Rivals. We are working on full guides on all the characters, going into great detail and covering what each character brings to the table. These take a little longer than most guides, but we like to put the extra work into it, and many of you seem to be enjoying these videos, so we want to thank you for your support. It's been absolutely amazing. To close it out, though, I've been Talonwinter at Gaming. I want to say thank you again so much for joining us in the video. I hope you have a great day and week, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Until next time, everyone, John A.